So we got some EMS that pulled up. This is actually the second person. We were here for maybe 5 minutes. This is the second person who stopped and seen my man Corey's H2, and they just, all right, they just, like, their jaws dropped. My man over there actually pulled up, and he hopped out and was like, did you guys see my jaw drop through the window? But this bike catches a lot of eyes, and I understand why, for sure. I mean, look at it. Looks good, sounds good. That green makes the bike just stand out, makes everything pop. But yeah, it's a nice day here, and I'm gonna try to, well, I'm not gonna try to, I'm going to get my tires put on and get my oil changed for the season. I'm kind of late. It is about to be June, and normally by now I usually get my stuff done late March, early April, and I'm slacking, but I have been slacking for a good reason. I've been working on a lot of stuff over the last few months, maybe longer than that, over the last year or more, and a lot of things that I'm doing now are requiring a lot of attention and a lot of time and energy. So I'm kind of just, you know, prioritizing things and doing what I need to do to get to where I want to get to. But trust and believe, I had all intentions on wanting to get out and ride for the past month or two, since it's been somewhat decent. It's really just started to get into the 80s here in Pittsburgh over the last few weeks. Like I said, I'm just prioritizing things and doing things that I need to do, handling some business. Brings me to way, putting an exhaust and a tune on it, it really has a distinct sound to it. It's a very, I'm pretty sure it's one of the lighter weight 1000cc bikes. I'm pretty sure it's one of the lighter 1000cc super bikes out there in the segment, as far as throwing it around, you know, taking corners with it. But with the CBR1000, it does have a TFT display, and they've had a TFT, I believe, since 2017. When it comes to these newer bikes, I feel like all these newer bikes, 2021 or 2020 and up, should all have a TFT display. Now Suzuki, we'll get to them in a little bit. Suzuki, you guys need to step your game up, because all these new bikes got the TFT display and a lot of other good things, a lot of good features to them. Now, I don't believe the Honda CBR has Brembo brakes at all, which it might cost a little bit of money to upgrade them, but I do believe that the brakes would be a bit of an upgrade over these brakes that I have on my 750. Other features of the CBR 1000, you know, traction control, wheelie control, ABS. Those are all the things that I would love to have. Do I need them? No, not necessarily, because I've been riding bikes that don't have any of that up to this point, so it's, you know, that's something that's not a make or break thing either. But having a new bike that has all these new features on it would be a plus, especially upgrading to a bike that I do plan on keeping for, you know, at least 5 years, at least getting some good use out of it. So the CBR right now, it's still up there on the list, man. I mean, it might not be in the top 3, but it's still up there, man. I'm still considering it. Now, the only reason why I'm considering getting a brand new bike is because the used market, like I said, is just crazy. You try to find a used 1000cc Superbike, and you pay a couple $1,000s more, you're right at a brand new bike. So that's the reason why I would only want to get a brand new bike, because I feel like I'd be getting more for my money. The only thing about getting a new bike is I would have to do the break-in period, and I don't know if I would have to wait to put an exhaust and filter and flash it. I don't think I'd be able to do it right away, but I feel like having an exhaust on a motorcycle, that adds to the experience of riding. That adds to just the fun factor of being on a motorcycle. So to have a bike with a stock pipe, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but I like to be heard, and I like that feeling when I get out and ride. So that's kind of one reason why I'm kind of just like, when it comes to a new bike, I'm not sure if I'm really like 100% on board of squeezing the trigger on a brand new bike. So we'll jump into like the Yamaha R1. I'm not really going to reach for the Yamaha R1M, which the Yamaha R1M is a nice bike. It's beautiful. The Yamaha R1s, that cross-plane 4, that engine with the right exhaust sounds absolutely menacing. That bike is something that kind of grew on me over time. At first, with the older generation R1, I really didn't like that motorcycle all like that. I feel like the older generation crossplane, I believe it's an 08 through 2014, I believe those bikes, they sounded a little bit different than the brand new gen. The brand new gen, like I said, man, them bikes sound crazy. They sound phenomenal. I still love the inline 4 sound, but to add an R1 with a crossplane to my, I don't want to say to my collection, but to add that next to the 750 would be, you know, 2 different bikes, 2 different sounding bikes too. So that bike definitely has a TFT display. The ergonomics on the R1 were totally different. I'm going to try to get would do in my position? What 1000cc Superbike would you go after in my position, owning a Gixxer 750? Which way would you go? So we'll jump into Kawasaki. Now, the Kawasaki ZX-10R, I was definitely 100% not a fan of the new Gen 6 restyling of the front end. When I first seen the pictures of that bike, I was just like, man, they messed the bike up, man. Like, I'm not a fan of it, right? So over time, I actually seen the KRT edition came out right when the new gen came out. So when I seen that bike, I was like, all right, you know, that's a little bit better. But then once I seen the ZX-10 in person, that bike kind of really, I don't want to say won me over, but that bike really kind of changed my mind how I feel about it. I have yet to get on one of those. I will try to get on one of those very soon. I will try to get on one of those very, very soon. I know my man Motovlog came in from New York, New Jersey area last summer. So I will try to get on one of them. I don't know if it'll be his, but I will try to get on a new ZX-10. And actually, whenever I had made a video, maybe like a month or two ago, about purchasing a new bike, what direction I want to go in, my man Mac actually reached out to me. And it's funny, this conversation that we had, that's my guy, man. He always reaches out. We stay in contact, good dude. Make sure you go follow his channel. But he reached out to me, and here's what Motovlog had to say about the ZX-10, or I should say, about the ZX-10 KRT edition. Yo, what up, bro?
My boy.
What's happening with you, bro?
Chilling, bro. I was just watching your video, and I had to come influence you to go get that leader bike, bro.
Yeah, you already know where my head's at, bro.
The end game, bro, is a leader bike.
I do like the ZX-10s. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't rode one yet, but I do like them. I like the KRT one a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I do like the KRT one. So like,
the only reason I don't like the KRT is the belly pad fitting. It makes it look like a pack of Marlboro cigarettes on the side. if it didn't have
hey, you said a pack of
Marlboros. Like, think about it, bro. Now it's gonna be stuck in your head. When you see the side of that bike, you always gonna think Marlboro pack of cigarettes. Now, I guarantee it.
Of course. Now that you said it, yeah, I see it.
All green. If it was all black, I might have got the KRT. But because of that white belly pad fitting, I was like, I can't do it. The colors are it's just like too much going on in my opinion.
Hey, you said a pack of Marlboros. Damn.
It does, bro. Like that white with the red in it, stripes like going across, like that. It looks like the old pack of Marlboro cigarettes from back in the day when we were little. You should definitely cop that bike, bro. If you have, you know what I'm saying, within good budget, with good reason, good price, stuff like that, you know, all those things willing, definitely go ahead and do it, bro. You were not going to regret it at all.
Yeah, I have a feeling I wouldn't. I mean, from what I've seen from them, they look good. I haven't rode one yet, but you know, as far as Kawi, they seem like they're a pretty good company. So my man Mac thinks that KRT edition looks like a pack of Marlboro cigarettes. That's funny, man. He's stupid for that one, man. More and more I look at it, it does kind of look like a pack of Marlboro cigarettes from back in the day. I just don't like the black color scheme on that bike. It's just too plain for me. Even the newer ones with the red, the newer ones that have the red in it, it's not too bad. I can't really complain about it too much. But ultimately, the KRT edition ZX-10 is absolutely beautiful. I love the colorway. I think the way that they laid the colors out, it just makes the bike stand out. For my new bike, I definitely am looking for something that sticks out. I know I had two previous CBR 600s that were just gray, and they were kind of just plain and boring. So here on out, all of my new bikes will have a color scheme that does stick out. And who knows, with this new bike, I might do custom bearings. I have a lot of ideas in mind. But I'll go back to the ZX-10R. The ZX-10 KRT edition, you know, traction control, wheelie control, LED headlights, LED tail lights, Tune, or I should say, Bren tuning does have a flash for it now. For the longest time, the ZX-10R wasn't able to be flashed, so everyone had a restricted ZX-10. But now that they're able to be flashed, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube and on Instagram comes to being like competitive and things like that, like it's just a thing I do here and there, you know, sometimes more than others, but I'm not necessarily like getting a motorcycle, getting a new bike just to roll race. So just keep that in mind whenever, you know, I'm telling you to list all these bikes. So the KRT edition ZX-10, it does have an auxiliary input for heated grips, which, I mean, it's summertime. Most of the time, I'm just out when it's nice out. So I really, that's like not a make or a break, but it is a good option. Having, you know, connection for heated grip. When it comes to all of these newer bikes, it's like, I made this video 2 months ago and I kind of said like, you know, what are the pros of getting a newer bike? And I kind of fell short on that video. The pros of getting a new bike is better suspension, upgraded brakes. Some of these motorcycles come with steel braided brake lines, and that's just gonna make the riding experience that much better. I know after riding a couple different bikes in the last couple months or over the last couple years, I'm really realizing how, you know, my GSXR brakes, they're not that great at all. And it makes, like, when you have good brakes, it makes you that much more confident when you're riding. It makes you that much more confident in what you can do and how much time you have to stop before you have to really go into an emergency brake situation. So it's like, at this point, I'm not really sure which direction to go. This is a very, very hard decision. I've been sleeping on it. I've been doing my research. I've been shopping around. I've been asking questions. At this point, I just don't know what to do. So we'll jump into the GSXR-1000. Now, the GSXR-1000 bike that I would be looking to get would be the GSXR-1000R. I know that bike does have a couple different things over the regular GSXR-1000. Now the GSXR-1000R, I have ridden a GSXR-1000R. It was in 2017. It was tuned, it was flashed, aftermarket quick shifter, auto blip. Like I said before, with the Suzuki's, like, Suzuki, you guys need to step your game up, like I said, because these newer bikes, all of them, all of the new manufacturers, well, all of the new bikes in the 1000 segment, they have TFT display, they have traction control, wheelie control, ABS, slide control, LED headlights, LED taillights, which the GSXR has most of that, but the screen on the GSXR, to me, is a little dated, but it's not a make or break situation. Now, with getting a GSXR-1000R, I feel like if I was to jump to that bike, it would just be my luck that as soon as I jump on that bike, if I purchase that, in 2023, they'd be coming out with a new updated GSXR-1000R with TFT display and with who knows what else. Because I feel like Suzuki has to, you know, be working on something to compete with other manufacturers. So like I said, the GSXR, as far as looks go, they have to, like, everything is pretty much updated. You know, it has the LED headlights, LED tail lights. The look of the GSXR is just nice and sleek. My man Dude Mungus from Atlanta actually purchased the 2022 in the gray color scheme, and that bike looks absolutely beautiful. The way he has it set up, and I'm sure the future mods that he has planned for it is just going to make that bike look even more appealing and be very, very, very competitive. That bike there is definitely, I will say this now, that bike there is definitely 100% in my top 3. And then at the end of the video, I'll tell you what other bikes are in my top 3. But the GSXR-1000R, definitely in my top 3 for sure. But that bike was very, very, very smooth. It was one of the smoothest 1000cc motorcycles that I've ever ridden before. Now, I pretty much rode everything except for an R1 and a ZX-10R. And I've ridden, you know, I've ridden older model 1000cc motorcycles, and you know, they were okay. But I think with this next bike boxes. This bike has to be everything and then some. Like I said, it's going to be my dream bike, and I'm going to be keeping it for some time. So it has to check all the boxes. And it's crazy because I'm actually just looking down, and my bike just hit 16,000 miles. I mean, this bike is not old. Well, it's old in years, but as far as mileage for the years, it's not bad at all. GSX-R-1000R, I kind of lost my train of thought. That bike, like I said, it's in the top 3. There's not really much else I can say about some of these bikes that I'm looking into. All I know is pretty much anything and everything that I'm looking to upgrade to will be an absolute upgrade. Brakes, suspension, all the rider aids, and everything will be an upgrade. Everything will be a level up, so I really can't go wrong. That's kind of why I left everything still on the table. Even though the Bmw S1000 Double R is my #1 dream bike, I'm still stuck in between, you know, the new gen, which are very, very beautiful, but very expensive, especially the way that I would want to have it laid out. And I was like this close from buying one last summer, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm kind of glad I waited, to be honest with you. I had a lot of things that I needed to do and take care of. I'm glad that I kind of like went with my better judgment and slept on it for months. Me 10 years ago, I would have squeezed the trigger and bought that bike and been riding on it right now, vlogging on it right now. But I'm glad I kind of sat and thought about it. So with that being said, there's one bike left. And with that being said, as soon as I'm done getting my tires and my oil change, we will get into the Bmw S1000 Double R. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the Bmw S1000 Double R. That bike, absolutely beautiful. Performance level, top notch. You get that bike flashed and tuned, get the right bolt-ons on it, maybe, you know, lose some weight on it. That bike is an absolute animal. Like I said before previously, I'm not necessarily looking for a bike that has the most horsepower. I am looking for a bike that I'm going to get my money's worth. And when it comes to the Bmw S1000 Double R, I feel like, in my opinion, my personal opinion, based on the things that I do know about it and the people who do own it, I know that that bike is definitely reliable, very, very fast, and can do everything all around that I'm looking for it to do. Like I said before, it is my #1 dream bike. That is definitely the bike that I've had my eyes on since probably 2016. I'm particularly looking for an S1000 Motorsport colorway. That's what I really want. It will somewhat match my GSXR 750. I just think it's a clean looking bike. Now, I do like the brand new generation K67 S1000 Double R, you know, full LED headlights. I'm mainly focused on those two machines at the moment. Like I said before, the used market is just ridiculous. So I'm trying to weigh my options out and figure out what direction to go in. The 2018 right now it is still very, very relevant, even though it does not have a TFT display and things like that. It still has traction control, wheelie control, ABS, Brembo brakes, and an upgraded, more, you know, different suspension than the current bike that I am on right now. So it's all up from here. It's all a plus, no matter which way I look at it. I'm just still in the middle in the process of doing my shopping and my research. What do? Do I keep the 750? Do I just keep it around? And there's a few reasons why I still want to keep it, but at the same time I could sell it and use it to put towards a newer S1000 or even a used 2018 S1000. So that's kind of where I'm at. The older generation S1000, they do not have LED headlights, which is not a deal breaker. Little stuff like that can be changed. I believe they come with like 190 some horsepower to the crank from battery stock form. So either which way I go, I have ridden S1000s before. They are comfortable. They do offer a different kind of riding, feeling, ergonomic, but they are more of a comfortable super bike in the 1000cc segment. Way more comfortable than the R1 or the R1M. I'm almost position. Some people may agree, some people may not agree. But those are pretty much my options at the moment. I know this video isn't crazy informative. This is just basically me speaking my mind and me trying to go back and forth and trying to figure out exactly what I want. It's been a really hard decision. This has been something that's been in my mind for the past probably 2 years. Not long after I got this motorcycle, I realized that I was gonna go ahead and try to save some money, handle some business, and get some stuff together so I can get a new bike. And this bike isn't only gonna just be for, you know, obviously it is gonna be for me to enjoy, to have fun, and it's definitely a dream of mine, whatever direction I go in. But this is also gonna be for the channel. You know, everything that I do is a part of me, and I am kind of sharing it with everyone else, and that's kind of why I'm making this video. So I hope you guys can give me some feedback. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you guys would do in my position. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you guys aren't subscribed already or seen this video for the first time. Make sure you follow my Instagram. Also follow me on TikTok. There's a lot of content, and I say this all the time, but I'm just keeping it real. There's a lot of content that I do have, that I do plan on putting out very, very, very soon, along with the current content that I will be making. There's a lot of things that I'm going to be getting into. If you go and look at my Instagram, you'll see that I don't just do motovlogs. I don't just do motorcycle content. There's a lot of different things that I have my hands on, a lot of different businesses that I'm you know, trying to handle. And like I said before in the previous video, I'm gonna get my hands on and I'm gonna get into everything. So stay tuned for that, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, like I said, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys be safe out there.